Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Patsy, and I'm here to do a twin flame update messages that I gotten for the divine feminine from the divine masculine. But you all know your situations. If you're divine masculine and you're listening to this and this makes sense to you, then this message is for you too. Okay, so what I did is I did the same as I did the other day. I got 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I got 6. Why? I don't know. From the Romance Angel Oracles. And then I got cards from each of the Mystic Moon Oracles by Mystic Moon, who is another creator here on YouTube. Okay, and that's the Twin Flame Messages deck, the Mystic Moon Messages deck, the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle deck, and the Twin Flame Shadows deck. And they're all by Mystic Moon. All right, and then we will go from there. But the first thing I wanted to do is today is April 4th that I'm taping this. And this message is timeless. It doesn't matter. Whenever you see it is when you're supposed to see it, okay? So there's no specific date on this, but I'm doing this. It's 10:05 a.m. on April 4th, 2019, today that I'm doing this, and it's a Thursday. So there's a book that I've got years ago from one of my favorite authors, as you all know, IYANLA VANZANT, Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color. So, and today is the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So, rest in peace. And I shave him. And so I woke up this morning with a few things on my mind, knowing that I wanted to come down here and do this. But I was led to check the messages for today. Each one of these days of the year have a message attached to them. Just like the other book, Until Today, I think, is the other book I have by her, or a few other books, but they have the same type of concept, daily messages. So the message for April 4th is, and again, this is by IYANLA VANZANT, quote unquote, Black women must forgive black men for not being there to protect them. Suleiman Latif. That's the author. No, that's the quotation. SULIMANLITIF. Etched into the memory of our being are the very painful memories of the past. What they feel like today are black men are irresponsible. Black men can't be trusted. Black men are no good. Are we really talking about black men today? Or are we remembering those of the past who were powerless to save our grandmothers from the events that have created these painful memories? Whether the memories are from yesteryear, last week, or last night, black women must individually and collectively forgive black men. We must forgive our grandfathers and brothers, our husbands and sons. If we have anger for one black man, we have anger toward them all. We must forgive black men for leaving us. We must forgive them for the excuses they did not make. We must forgive them for the things they did not do. Forgiveness is the only way to free ourselves and our masculine complements from the atrocities committed against our mutual souls. Forgiveness is the only way to free ourselves and our masculine complements from the atrocities committed against our mutual souls. There is a place of forgiveness within me. Today, I lovingly share it with Black men. So, I forgive you and I apologize. And I say that because when I came down also, the song that I got this morning was Anita Baker, I Apologize. And I'll link the song. And if I could play it right now, I would, because it just is very touching and relevant for myself and a few of us, I'm sure, that are on this journey. But the words say I know it was wrong, and so that's why I'm singing you the song. And I got to get through to make it up to you. So, for somebody, maybe that resonates with them, male or female, masculine or feminine. So, let's get into these messages, right? So the first card that came for you is a message that said, engagement. Our love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So for some of you, you could have recently gotten engaged, or you will be getting engaged shortly. All right, this is also talking about communication, engaging in conversations with your counterpart, okay? Getting to know one another, bringing your relationship to a higher level of understanding. If you're already married, then that means that you're going to be, you know, continuing to do work that's going to elevate your connection. And if you're in separation, perhaps you will be hearing from your partner or getting a chance to spend some time with them, right? If you're not in union. So, from the Twin Flame Oracle deck, the message that came with engagement was patience. So as I said, if some of you all have been having disagreements, I think this is saying that you all need to talk and have patience with one another, okay? For others of you, if this is talking about engagement, just be patient. It's coming. But this is talking about having, I believe, having patience as you go through the ebbs and flows of this journey. The next card that came for you was, we will be together again. So, again, as I said, for those of you who are separated or taking a time out from your partner, the message here is we will be together again. Be patient. From the Twin Flame Shadows deck, the message that came from your partner was envious. Envious. So what is envy? Jealousy. Could be materialism. Could be a desire to have your partner act like other people or previous partners. Could be envious of the fact that you aren't together, and so therefore you may have jealousy, worrying about whether or not your partner is doing something outside of the relationship. Or it could be envious that for whatever reason the two of you can't be like other couples with your relationship. You can't be open, or you haven't come into union, so you can't be together. Could be envious towards the karmic. It could be saying that the conversation, the engagement that you all are going to be having is going to be about jealousy. And negative thoughts that either of you have developed in your head about this situation. I'm getting that. Skeletons, old skeletons. Okay, there could be situations that are triggering you about this, bringing up feelings of jealousy. Could be other people are jealous of your relationship. The connection between the two of you, and people may be looking at it and not understanding what's going on. For somebody, that made sense. Okay. And the last card in that pack was from the Signs of Spirit Oracle, a table gathering. So this could be talking about having dinner together, going out and, or preparing a meal, having dinner together, sitting down and talking. This is also, I got for some people, a message about gathering with family. Okay? Gathering with family. Sitting down to share a meal with family and friends. So maybe the engagement is an engagement party, and that's going to be part of, the festivities, announcing the engagement, having an engagement dinner with family and friends. And people are going to be envious because of your happiness, because you're engaged and they're not yet. Yeah. But this is also, I think, talking about family ties. All right. So could have some maybe there's some negativity or envious feelings coming towards family, towards you, towards the relationship, or you towards the family and that relationship. So for some of you, that's that message. From the next card that came from the Romance Angels was reconciliation. So those of you who are in separation, the engagement could be a chance for the two of you all to talk and reconcile. Someone from your past is returning from your life. So if you are on a break, that could be relevant to you, or this could be someone brand new, not brand new, but this could be someone that's not your current twin, but someone else that you could be reconciling with, someone from the past. And for some people, it doesn't have to be a love interest. It could just be a friend. The next message that came from the Mystic Moon Oracles was separation. So that makes sense. Your reconciliation because of a separation. And this is a broken heart. Some blood that may have been spilled. Things not being clear. Not conforming. The next card from the Twin Flame Messages deck was, I wasn't ready for you. So, partner is saying that they weren't ready for you, and that's why you all are separated. That's why they walked away. That's why they turned their back. That's why they're being evasive. That's the cause for the separation, the reconciliation, and the need to engage. The next card that came for you here was unavailable. So that reiterates that I wasn't ready for you in the separation. They're unavailable. So they're telling you that they're unavailable, or They were unavailable at the time. They weren't ready for you. They weren't available. You weren't available, perhaps, for some of you. But I'm thinking that this is the person who wasn't available, just explaining the reason for the separation. The reason that they were unavailable is that they were not ready for you. And the Science and Spirit Level Oracle, I love this. 222. Partnerships and balance. Pay attention to new people entering your life. Take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. So, your partner, the advice for you and your partner is to spend time, balance your energy between work and play and friends and family. This relationship, 222, very important. Okay, this is a special communication in regards to this connection. This relationship needs balance. And that's why you're getting the jealousy. But there is a promise of being together again soon. But they weren't ready. But being advised to get ready, okay? Make time, spend time, make yourself available for this partnership. Also, some of you are saying, pay attention to new people that you meet. As I said, or new people that come into your space. Could be from the past, but new to this phase of your life, right? And pay attention to these people. Could also be saying that if this is a new connection, pay attention to your partner, okay? And take time to balance your energy in this relationship. Third card, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. No shit. So, the first message from the Mystic Moon Oracles is mask. This is your soulmate. Mask. So, this could be talking about the recognition, the revelation. The mask has come off. Perhaps. The next card from Twin Flame Messages, 2 cards came. First card is, I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. And the next card, would you reject me? So, this could be saying that your soulmate is aware that what you've been saying about your connection is true. They recognize it. Okay, but they had to take their own time to figure it out for themselves. They didn't just want to go off of your word, all right? And so the question is, would you reject me? I think this is saying, so if I decide not to go down this path with you, even though I recognize that you are my soulmate, would you reject me? So they're basically asking you to kind of choose between your spirituality and the relationship. So now that they've done their research, they've come to their conclusions, they agree with you, they knew that you were right, they know that you're right, but they wanted to find out for themselves. Now that they know, the question is, would you reject me because I took too long to recognize it, for some of you? And for others of you, if I decide not to continue on the spiritual part of this journey, but I wanted to remain friends, or I wanted to not focus on our spiritual path, would you reject me, is the question. The card that came with that is manipulation. So, your partner may feel that you have been manipulative by explaining to them or trying to help them to recognize the importance of this connection. On the other hand, now that they know it's been revealed and they're accepting it, and them saying, would you reject me again, is a little manipulative, because now they're testing, they're asking you to choose between your spirituality and the relationship. And the card that came from the Signs from Spirit Love Oracles was Rainstorm, Melancholy. So I think this is saying that this has been a lot of information that's downloaded to them, and they don't know what to think. It's gotten them a little melancholy, gotten them a little, they don't know which way to go. They don't know if they want to go on the path. They don't know if they are wanting to continue in this relationship if it remains on the spiritual journey. They may be a little sad that they've been put into this predicament. They may be happy a little for some of them that they are getting this awakening, but this is changing their lives, and they have now to make choices which ways to go. You got 3 houses here, so this is again about spirituality, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? Is that where they want to go? Or are they going to go to the right or to the left? Or are they going to keep going straight ahead? They're not sure what they want to do. But, like I said, some of them are being manipulative because they want to test you. Okay, because just like they weren't sure what, they wanted to see for themselves about the relationship, to verify what you were saying about the twin flame or the soulmate connection. Now that they found it out, they want to test you to see if you live up to whatever research they've done, whatever their understanding is. They're testing you. The next card, very soon. So, engagement, reconciliation, soulmate, very soon. Excellent. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And the message was communication. So, again, engaging, talking, getting through these different concerns and questions that both of you have for one another is very important, and it needs to happen very soon. I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. Like I said before, doing researching online about the connection, spirituality, awakenings, soulmates, twin flames, and what have you been up to? They're watching to see. They're following the the breadcrumbs that you may have laid out for them or pointed them towards. For spirit, right? But now they see what you've seen. I think that's also what's it's saying. Not only that they've been spying, some of them have, but they're also seeing what it is that you've seen. They've gotten the information that you've communicated to them, and so now they got it. Very soon. The shadow card that came is warning. So, yeah, someone has been spying, so now you're being alerted. All right. For some of you, for others of you, this warning is like falling into a dark hole, right? Like round rings and rings and rings. You know, like how a tree, when you open the tree and you look down, well, the rings tell you how old the tree is, right? But this is also like pipes and basements, things like that. So, and this is a puddle of water here. So this is they're being careful. They feel like they need to be careful. They feel unsure. They don't know how deep down into their own psyche that they want to go. Now that they have done their research and they've gotten the communication from spirit, they could also be saying, you might not want to go down where I am. You may not want to get to know the secrets that I know about myself. That might be the warning. Like, be careful what you ask for. Decide what you want now. Okay. So that's what it is. Maybe they're getting ready to reveal, or they know that other things are going to be revealed, and they're telling you to get ready because you may think that you know where this is going, but you have no idea. And it's going to come to a head pretty soon. The next card that came was horns and dominance. I think this is talking about being on the defense, being very defensive, because they want to remain in control. And so they got their horns up, all right, and they're ready to push you away or push anything away that's going to get down deep into the pit. I heard that word, bottomless pit of their shadow side. And they don't want to do that because then they feel that that is going to weaken them in your eyes, or that's going to compromise their dominance in the relationship. At the same time, because again, we're talking about manipulation, they're trying to scare you by telling you, oh, you don't want to know what I do, or where I've been, or what I've seen, or what, you know. They're trying to bully you. Okay, I know this is what, a buffalo, but again, okay. They want to bully you. They're trying to bully you. They want to be dominant. For some of you, that's what's going on. Your masculine is trying to retain their authority by keeping secrets. And they're watching you, and they want you to know that they got their eye on you too. Yeah, this is bully, intimidation. Next card, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. And we got 4 of the Mystic Moon oracles for that. First card for true love was third party. So this could be another relationship outside. This could also be work. Okay, could also be institutions. But whatever it is something that's pretty monumental, maybe hard to get past. It may... This card, there's a building here near where I live. And it's not far from the garbage refuge center, actually. But it's also near campus, university. Okay? So, but from a distance, if you look at it, the way they cut it, it's kind of cut like this. From a distance, it looks like it's one-dimensional, but as you get closer to it, you see that it's three-dimensional, right? So things may look one way from a distance, but as you get closer to it, then you may see the difficulty of the situation. So it could be work, it could be an actual other party, or whatever the third party is, friends, family, work, school, obligations, baggage, could be a third party. And that third party could be their true love. Now, be aware that true love, third parties, again, doesn't mean that it's a sexual or intimate connection. It could be family, okay? Could be a hobby. Could be a job, but something that they really love, something that really is part of who they are, okay? And that could be a blockage. Then we have, right, 4, okay. We had fall. All right, so this could be saying that you and your partner are going to get together in the fall. Maybe you all fell in love in the fall. So that would be during maybe Halloween, because I'm seeing this pumpkin. I'm thinking maybe Halloween was important. Could have been Thanksgiving time. Could be saying that you're all going to get together in the fall coming. So we just started spring as of this date. Or it could be saying that this third party situation might be for some of you, this is the barrier. This could cause the relationship to fall, but this could also be saying that this is important because this is where they get their harvest. This is where they earn their money, and that's why they work so hard. For some of you, it's about their ability to provide, their ability to gather comes from whatever this third party is. So maybe it's their job. It could be a side job. And that keeps them from falling. That extra money for some people that just came. So that could be relevant to someone. That extra money is what's keeping them above water. If the third party is about a job. Next card, pride and ego. Peacocks. All right, I was speaking to someone the other day and I mentioned to them, male peacocks are what we're used to seeing. The ones with the plumes and all the pretty colors and they strut about and stuff is the male. The white peacock is what the female peacock is white. She has no colors. She's just who she is. Straight, simple. She's there. Just like in a lot of the animal kingdom, the lion with the mane, the one that, you know, that's the male. The female lion doesn't have all of that, okay? She's busy. She got things to do. The male wants to make themselves attractive, okay? Whatever way they can now, because society has changed it now so that women worry more about beauty and being attractive in that manner. Men don't have that. Men who take too much time to you know, with their clothes and things like that, that's good. But for some people, that's not a masculine trait. All right, it's not seen as a masculine trait to be very overly concerned about your attractiveness. Right. So for some masculines, for the majority of them, what makes them attractive is their work, is what they bring in, what they can harvest. And that is why they love their work. And that's also the way that they express their love. Okay, thank you, Egon. All through the mulberry bush for that. All right, I got you. All right, so yes, So this is about their pride and ego. This love of work, this third party, is attached to their pride and their ego. So if it's family, same. Job, same. Even a third party, actual romantic interest, could be the same thing, just about pride and ego. Maybe this person, you know, maybe the person that they're with, the karmic, is eye candy, okay? Or maybe it's about the way they're going to look to family and friends and society if they leave this person, okay? Or maybe it's too soon after the breakup for them to, that they feel is too soon after the breakup for them to enter into a new relationship with you because too many people know of them as a couple. So again, this is about pride and ego. That could be telling you why they want to wait until fall, okay? For some of you. But for most of you, I think this is about explaining about their work and how important it is to them and why it seems like they love their work more than they love you. All right. The next card that fell was compromise. And with that, also, fifth dimension. So I think what this is saying is that you all have to compromise about the situation. This is what's going to take your relationship to another level. It's also, I think, referring to the fact that even though they're not spending physical time with you in the 3D day-to-day world, that you all do spend time together in the fifth dimension, and that's the compromise. They feel that that's a compromise. Since they don't have time during the day to fit in time with you, for some of you, they're saying that the compromise is spending time with one another in 5D. Okay. That could be going back to the enviousness, because other couples can be together during the day out in public in the 3D, but this relationship is being carried on in the 5D where no one can see it. And so that could be beckoning back to the gathering and the envious, and we will be together soon, and patience. Okay, so this reading, all of these messages could be connected, or it could be separate scenarios for different people. So 2 or 3 things could resonate, or all of it can resonate, right? So, and the last card, pay attention to the red flags. Sorry. The bottom of the deck for the romance angels was separation. So this whole thing, the theme of this is separation. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh. No, I'm sorry. Pay attention to the red flags. We'll leave that there. True love. Those 4 cards were all Mystic Moon oracles. I'm sorry, I didn't finish the rest of that message because there were four cards with that came up with that. For the twin flame messages that go with true love, compromise, fifth dimension, pride and ego, third party, and fall was, I can't seem to find the right word to say to you. So somebody's tongue-tied, or somebody feels that they just don't know how to communicate with you about the situation. They don't know how to explain it to you, or they've tried to explain it to you and you're just not understanding it, so they're having a hard time finding the words to make you understand. So maybe this is why they wanted this message to be delivered. this way. Maybe they felt I could help them better. Who knows? All right, the shadows, as if it wasn't enough, right? Judgmental and distant. So, for some of you all, the reason for the separation, the reason for the problem, the job, that kind of stuff is because of the distance. Maybe you all live different distance from one another, and maybe the going to the job fills up the time, the space, so that they don't have to think. Right. So they don't have to think about the separation. So they don't have to think of what to say to you, is why they're avoiding you. Because of their pride and their ego, they don't know how to bridge this gap, even though they know that the compromise of being in the 5D is not hitting it. Judgmental. So, they don't want to be judged. Maybe they feel that you're being judgmental about the things that are important to them, that you don't see how important their work is to them, or that you don't see how much they think about the distance between you. And because they haven't been vocal about it, they're not speaking about it because they can't find the words, it leads you to make some assumptions, false judgments based on their actions and their distance and their failure to compromise. All right. And from the sign from Spirit, maturity and beard. Okay, so for some of you, maturity is that they need to grow up, or they feel that you need to grow up because you're being judgmental and you're making assumptions and they don't have the words to say to you right now, so that they're kind of frustrated. For others of you, beard. Beard is a cover-up, right? So that people don't see who you are, right? Or it covers parts of your mouth, like omissions of truth. That's what just came to me, because I was like, where is this going with the beard and the mouth? Okay, it's like a mask. It's like a mask, and this elf, this gnome, is sitting in what appears to be like the hot air balloon, and he's waving. So for some of you, this could be talking about a cover-up, false identity, or someone that's not sure. This is a swing. See, I thought it was a hot air balloon. It's a swing. Again, back in the day, I don't know if they still use this term now. Back in the day, a beard was a woman that a gay man would have around to cover up that they were gay or bisexual or a swinger. someone who's bisexual or gay or more prone to gay, they would have friends or be in a relationship with a woman to cover it up so that other people would not see that they were gay, right? Because they were trying to hide it. They were in the closet, right? So for some of you, the third party blockage, the words that they can't say because they're afraid that you're going to be judgmental, could be that they're interested in another male. And that's the third party. And if they tell you about what they truly love, things will fall apart. That's not for everybody, please. But that is for some. And that's the compromise. That's the compromise. If you want to ascend to a higher dimension in this relationship, you're going to have to put this situation in the distant past as a distant memory, just as they have, and not be judgmental, and be mature about it. So this may be something that they did in the past that they didn't want to tell you, and that's why they don't have the words for you, but it just got told. So some of you may not be aware of it, but your divine masculine at some point may have been involved in a gay relationship. And maybe the karmic is their beard, because maybe they are currently involved in that still. Or they stopped, but the karmic knows about it, and that's why they don't leave them, because they're threatening to tell their secret. Or they went through a lot revealing it to the karmic, and the karmic became distant and judgmental. Okay. And so then they don't want to say it to you because they don't know how you're going to take it. For some of you, that's what that is about. Okay. That might explain these other cards that fell out afterwards, but I'll show them to you at the end, because the 4 cards just fell out when I was shuffling from 2 different decks. I don't know how that happened. I was putting them back, and these cards fell. That's what it was. And they didn't have a Romance Angel Oracle card attached to them. So that may harken back to that package. Again, that could just be for one group of people, not for everybody. Or it could be part of this entire conversation. Who knows? Pay attention to the red flags. Is your advice, right? The message. Contemplation. Yeah, this is something that you're going to have to think about, and they're going to have to think about. Deep, deep thought. Because now this is a red flag, and your attention is being drawn to that. You have to make a decision what you're going to do. The message from the masculine is, I'm more affected than you know. So maybe this is something that was started off traumatic. There's a lot of history behind the situation. I'm hearing things that you don't know. That's why they can't find the words to say. It's not so simple as if, well, I'm gay, or I'm bisexual, or I'm transsexual or whatever, transgender. It's more than that, and it's hard to explain, and it's something that they've thought about a lot and that they have been affected by because it affects their relationships. And that's why they're cold. This is the shadow card. That is the explanation for the coldness. And they're also afraid that you'll become cold to them. But this, living with this, dealing with this, thinking about this, having this in the back of their mind all the time, has created the coldness. Mushrooms and dreaming. So, mushrooms come out of the ground and they grow from dirt, right? They grow from droppings, right? From the shit, right? You make the shit edible. Excuse my language this morning. Mushrooms also cause some people to hallucinate, right? If you get some special mushrooms I've heard of. I've never done it. Never done it. Not yet. So this could be, maybe this is what happened, how they got into this situation. Because they were indulging in drugs or things like that. But this could also be saying that maybe they're hoping that something good can grow out of this. That this can be, that they're dreaming of something that will be able to grow out of this, that would be nurturing for them and give them a chance to come out of the shadows into the sunlight, out of the cold. And they have been dreaming about this also. It's a dream of theirs to be able to come out of the cold and get rid of this thing that's been growing around them, in them, and get clarity and growth and just come out into the sunlight. They want to be in the open about it. They don't want to be hidden behind the shadows. And they've been dreaming about this, that day. They've been dreaming about having the opportunity. They've been waiting for the right person to come along. That's not going to react the way the karmic did. It's not going to react the way that they're afraid that you might. So, the 4 cards that came separately from all of these was your beauty still moves me. So they're still attracted to you. And this is not just physical beauty. This is who you are. Your beauty still moves them despite all of this. Our connection still affects me. So your beauty, and again, they recognize the connection and they are definitely affected by it. I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. So they want to be truthful and honest about this connection and these secrets. Signs for Spirit Love Oracle, the door, transition. Things are going to change. This is the door that they want to walk through. This is death, right? Changing, dying to one way of being and opening to another way of being. So let's see what card didn't fall out with that. Would be the Mystic Moon Oracle card. So let's see if we can get one card just so we can complete that message if there's anything to add. So somebody wanted to say something. Oh. Well, the bottom of the deck when I picked it up said stuck. All right, let's see. Any message to go along with I want to be authentic. I'm no longer afraid. Our connection still affects me. Your beauty still affects me. Transition, endure. What message? What message from Mystic Moon Oracle? Is there any message? Okay. Oh, nostalgia. And I heard as soon as I pulled this out, do you remember the time? And I think what that's saying is that they're thinking back to when they had your heart. They're thinking back to when they had your heart. But there has been some hurt. See, there's a gash in that arm that's holding that heart. They know that there have been some hurtful things done and said, but they're remembering, and they want you to remember what happened before the hurt, the way you felt before the hurt. Okay. And I don't think we need any more shadow on that, do we? All right, let's get the shadow card because we didn't get the shadow card for that group. Okay. Forceful. So, that is a moon. So you could be dealing with someone who is a Cancer or Pisces. Or maybe somebody who's Aries even, I guess. Right? What is the moon that we're dealing with right now? Pisces moon, Libra moon. Look it up. Lots of different moons that we're operating under right now. But I was just saying that as a aside because you could be dealing with a Taurus or Earth sign. So what is sign of Earth sign? Yeah. Don't see a lot of fire. I see Earth. Lots of Earth. So, forceful. So there's a wolf there, howling at the moon. So this is a cry for help. This is a cry for help for someone who can't show themselves. All right. Someone who has to hide behind the shadows. They've been forced to remain in the shadow. But this opportunity, this communication, this relationship is an opportunity for them to transition, to come out of the shadows, to come into the light. Because of the strong connection that they have now verified and the ability to want to share. But remember the warning about dominance, pushiness, Be careful about that. And manipulation. We see what the manipulation was for some of you. If it has to do with that beard business, that's what this has all been about. Manipulation. Because the way the person or whoever they have ever revealed this to before, the way they reacted and treated them has put them on extra guard. And so now they're manipulating you so that they can try to get a feel of how you're going to react, or put you in a situation where you're so desperate for that, for the connection that is real, all right, that you will accept this. But again, pay attention. You need balance, all right? But if there is that bisexuality, male, female, you know, masculine, feminine energy thing going on, maybe that is going to be the balance. Maybe that is what's going to bring balance to your relationship. People work things out different ways, have a way they want to. It depends on whatever you're comfortable with, right? But this is giving you a little heads up, some of you, a clue as to what may be going on for some of you, may be relevant. We're talking about forgiving men and uplifting them and making them feel safe, all right, and not blaming them for things that they had no control over, things that are part of their DNA, things that may have happened to them when they were too young to do anything about it, or things that they just can't control because that's just how they feel inside. It's just part of who they are. Right? Good. So these were the messages that I got from the male, the masculine messages for you. I'm just trying to see what we can do. Let's see what an oracle help you gauge your reaction to this. All right. Yeah, okay. Let's see. We can get something from the wisdom of the oracle. And let's hope nothing else falls out, because I don't want to have to redo this whole video. All right, we got an oracle from the journey of love. I think that worked. That's what I used the other day, and that worked out well. Give us some guidance. And define feminine oracle. Let's see. That'll help. Yes. Sorry, folks. I guess I should have put it on pause. But you know me. Pause will be erased. All right. Let's see what message we can get from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Let's just take a card for each of these packs. See what message comes in relationship to this situation. So these are the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. All right, so let's see. Be careful, those of you, if you're going to be ordering the Wisdom of the Oracle or any of these books. I have a friend that ordered this, ordered Wisdom of the Oracles, but didn't come with a guidebook. And so it's just the cards without a guidebook. So it's very intuitive. If that's good for you, then fine, order that deck that way. But if not, make sure that you verify that it comes with a guidebook. Okay? So, for the first set of cards, engagement, observer. And that was the table gathering, we'll be together soon, envious, and patience, observer. So yeah, just watch and see what happens. All right, you are looking at this thing from all angles, and again, paying attention to the red flags. So, as you're all engaging, speaking, getting around friends and family, just observe what's happening. That's the best advice. Okay, so for reconciliation, 222, unavailable, I wasn't ready for you. Separation, the card that came was 2 cards, of course. Number 2, yin. And number 5, orphaned. Okay, so yin is the feminine energy, right? Receptive, all right? Open, loving. So, in this situation, you're asked to be receptive, loving, all right? Accepting. And for orphaned, you're being advised that your partner feels abandoned, also that you have been feeling abandoned. All right. So this reconciliation card, clarify with orphaned and yin. I think this means that you're going to be receiving connection. All right. The separation is going to come to an end. All right. Yeah. You're no longer going to feel like all you've been doing is giving, and that you're alone. That this partnership is going to become balanced after you all have a chance to talk. All right. For soulmate, let's get an oracle 1, please. Message. Okay. Ooh. Come to the edge. Number 36. 3 and 6 is 9. So that is a message from spirit, right? Yeah. That went with soulmate, mask, manipulation, rainstorm, melancholy. Would you reject me? And I knew you were right, but I had to come to my own conclusions. Yeah. This is about standing at the edge, at the top of a heap of dirt, a heap of challenges. Standing at the edge, and are you going to jump off? Or are you just going to look at it and say, cover it with love, or wish it well with love? Are you going to come to the edge and participate in looking at this dark side? Or at the edge of something that you never thought that you would be involved in? Maybe this situation is taking you to a place that you are afraid to tread, right? Tread. Number 43. A deep knowing. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 is divinely orchestrated. God's signature. So this is a situation that was created. And you have a deep knowing. You had a deep knowing about this. I think your masculine figured that this was going to be something that was going to intimidate you. You may have knew this all the time. This may have been revealed to you by spirit. So you already knew it. Maybe you didn't know exactly what was going on, but you knew what was going on. And you have wisdom, and you have just been waiting. But this is going to come to the surface very soon, all of this. And you know that too. Ooh, okay, so for true love, beard, third party. I can't seem to find the words to say to you. Maturity, beard, judgment. Fifth dimension, compromise, pride and ego. Breathe. Just breathe. Number 29. 2 and 9 is 11. So this is meant to be. This is the way it's supposed to be. So don't get excited. Just breathe. Take in all the information. Process it. Here and now, which is number 32, which is 5, change. And fork in the road, number 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Fork in the road, here and now. So you've come to a fork in the road, and you have to make a decision on whether or not you are going to change or keep going forward. All of these, both of these cards are about directions. Which way do we go? Which way do we go, right? Breathe, meditate, rest. Think about the past, the future, and focus on the present. What's going on right now, because this is a crossroads. You have to breathe and make a choice about the direction that you and your life are taking. Is this going to impact your spirituality? Is the reason that he's trying to make you make that choice is because he doesn't think that he can be with you on this journey of spirituality because of his preferences? That's judgmental on his part also, because he's judging your spirituality and your belief systems. If he hasn't talked to you, you all haven't had a chance to discuss this at a higher level, because we're, awakened now, all of us, as are they, right? So now it's not going to be like it was in the past when they told the karmic and they reacted. Here and now in the present, it may be a different reaction altogether, but you don't know that because you aren't communicating because of your pride and your ego. So my advice for this, if this is you, Divine Masculine, and you're watching this, let's work on this here and now. Have enough respect for your partner and for yourself to be honest, say what it is, and have faith in their spirituality. Have faith that the Creator did not bring you to this person, to this twin, in order for you to fail. They need you. Your ancestors are looking out for you. You're that important that they're going through all of these shenanigans to get you to the place where you are today, so that you can express who you are, be yourself, and then move on with unconditional love, because that's what this is all about. But you have to also know that your partner has needs that may not coincide with this. And that's why you need to talk, and that's why there need to be a compromise. And it does not only have to be about your needs and your desire to express your sexuality and your sensuality. they have needs, and they have a desire to express their sensuality and their sexuality openly, without people giving them a hard time of being envious, jealous. You know, there's the different dimensions that come in when you're dealing with all these other type of amorous relationships. Even if you accept it, you have to have parameters and boundaries. And if that's not what you're going to allow your partner to have, if you want them to accept you, but you don't want to accept them, then that's not maturity. That's not cooperating. That's not trying to come from a different that's low vibrational, and we're trying to be high vibrational now. So this is about communicating, revealing, feeling safe, compassion, nurturing on both sides. Because if you are a divine feminine who is a heterosexual female, and you had no idea that your divine masculine, or the person that you think is your divine masculine, is has other interests or fetishes or whatever. It doesn't have to be homosexuality per se. It could be some kind of fetish that the person is not able to express, that these cards don't have the indication of, that I know of. All right, but whatever it is, you have to have respect for other people too. The same way you want your needs to be protected, you should want the same for your feminine, because they're your twin. And what hurts them will hurt you, and what hurts you hurts them. That's why they may have picked up on this, because they knew something was amiss. Not wrong, but amiss. They knew that something was being, that some information was being held out from them. And the more time you give a person to sit and stew, okay, then you give them time to think. I was telling somebody the other day, it's just like when you're in jail. You put somebody in solitary confinement where all they have is their own thoughts. They think of bad things to do. It doesn't help them. They don't get any better. At the end, some of them come out disturbed. It happens. So what do you think is going to happen if you isolate yourself from your partner? You don't tell them what's going on. You don't communicate with them. And it gives them a chance for their thoughts to and they're picking up on your energies. So whatever you're thinking about, they're going to be thinking about it, and it's going to finally transmit. Now, maybe this is what the fifth dimension wanted, but recognize that. Don't be angry. Don't be impatient or feel like, oh, they're, getting in my business. No, you getting in their business too, because you brought this to them, because you knew, you may have known this, some of you, all right, and you chose to remain 11:22 a.m. Ashe, 11:22. You chose to stay, or to cultivate a connection without giving the other person all the facts. You can't be mad at them when they act a little nutty or crazy or distant or judgmental, because you haven't been honest. You weren't upfront, okay? It's like, if whatever I'm going to say is going to be politically incorrect at this point, but oh well, just lose more subscribers, whatever. It's like, okay, guys, I worked around guys for years, 23 years. And I also worked around men before that, because I worked as a dental assistant. We had 5 dentists, male dentists, in the office that I worked in. And just growing up around men and being around men and living with brothers, okay, in the hood. If you're a straight guy, it was a time back in the day, right? 70s, 80s, 90s. If you were a guy, and unfortunately, this is what leads up to people getting hurt, right? And violence against LGBTQ community, etc. It's not it's no, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm just saying these are situations when you don't tell a person, if you don't reveal to a person, you meet somebody, you go out, you have a drink, you buy them a drink or whatever, maybe you go out on a date or two, whatever, and it's not until it's time to get intimate or you're getting ready to kiss the person, something like that, that they tell you, oh, I'm really a guy, or oh, I was born a woman, or whatever. In those situations, people's reactions right away may not be the best. Everybody is not going to be politically correct all the time when this is something that is affecting them in the moment right now. When you have feelings involved, just like some people, they tell their parents, the parents have a horrible reaction at first, and then when they have a couple of minutes to think about it, they come back down. Some people it's nothing. But for some people, it's still something that they have to adjust their mindset to. That's your parents. Your parents love you. Your family loves you. But somebody who is not your parents, a stranger, someone you meet, and you are dating and things like that, they may not take too kindly to this, no matter how far along you are in the relationship. So imagine if you've been in a relationship with someone and you have been intimate with them, right? Or you've been friends with them for many, many years, or you've been in a relationship with them many, many years, and then they wait until that now to tell you about it. You may have a reaction. You shouldn't expect that they wouldn't have a reaction. Your job as the person who's been keeping the secrets is to understand and not play the victim, and understand that you've just shocked someone, or this revelation or your confirmation of the revelation. What's happened with me this word today? Revelation has been jolting, shocking, saddening. May have caused this person to be depressed. But again, because you're not communicating, you don't know. And because you want to be dominant and you want to be, you want to push, because you're the masculine, give them a minute. Or at least understand that your actions have led to their reactions or responses. So they're bad actions on both your parts, mirroring one another. It may not be exact, direct, but it is still. You feel that they may have said something hurtful, but maybe you didn't say something that you knew would be hurtful, and that may have been what led up to this stand still. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And again, this message, I don't know who this is for. This is for somebody. Chop wood. 42. Exactly. 6. 4 and 2 is 6. Love. This is about what goes on when you're waiting. All right? Things get swept up. Some things get swept under the rug, and some things get taken out and tossed away. Okay? So this is about what goes on, trying to keep yourself busy, focusing on what's in front of you right now in the present, until you get more information. That falls for pay attention to the red flags, and dreaming, and cold, and contemplation, and I'm more effective than you know. Chop wood, number 42. Bottom of the deck, mending. So, this is going to be healed. This is just part of the journey. But the most important thing is communication, right? Number 46. 11:29 a.m. Chop wood. Number 42. 11:29. This talks about being grounded in everyday experiences and humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. So, again, talking about someone who's working, all right, someone who's just trying to go through their day-to-day, all right? Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just be present. Funny how it takes so much work just to be. All is well, really. So, this is about just letting it be, not letting things be so heavy, not making things such a monumental task, okay? Just work on this relationship. Understand that this is part of the journey, working these things out. Everything doesn't have to be a disaster, but the more that you try to be dominant, the more that you think that you know everything, the more that you push, the more that you take someone to the edge, the harder it's going to be. You're not going to walk away from this because it seems like it's getting down to the wire, and there's so many activations going on with twin flames that I don't think they're letting too many people be spared. That doesn't mean people can't shift and change, but, you know, between partners and whatever, but that's up to the divine, okay? You just doing what you came here to do, and they'll figure the rest of it out. That's what they just said. Okay, you just uphold your terms of the contract, and they'll take care of theirs. Okay? There's another message that goes with this. Are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame, big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you may be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of your chair and make things happen. You actually do have to do something. Start with something small. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, "Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you." Ashe. Write that down, everybody. Mythologist Joseph Campbell. Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you. That is what this is about. Okay? Believing, having faith, unconditional love, trust. Trust that this is part of the journey. Trust that your partner loves you. Trust that your ancestors are protecting you. Trust that you have been guided divinely to this relationship with this person at this time. And that this is healing and mending. Healing childhood wounds, childhood traumas, and realigning this relationship so poised. Be ready. Get ready. Tick-tock. Number 30. This is a gift. You've been given a gift. Time. Okay, could also be talking about divine timing, but it was like this. So maybe this is saying that this is you're running out of time. You need to get moving on this. Stop standing still. Let's take some action. Okay? So, those are the messages for this. Okay? Observe. Be receptive. Be willing to look at the dark side. Know that this is planned and directed by the Creator. All right? That this whole relationship has a divine purpose. Okay? Changes, adjustments in the here and now. Get busy, because times are wasting and there could be healing going on. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to heal rather than let's get ready to rumble. Let's work on healing instead of fighting one another. Let's work on understanding and helping one another. From the Journey of Love by Alana Fairchild Rasuli and Richard Cohen, the card that we get is number 52, the Ancient Ones. 5 and 2 is 7. 7 is God's signature. Okay, so again, divine intervention, a divine creation, the ascended masters. And the bottom of the deck, number 60. Riding the cosmic waves. 60 reduces to 6, so that's love. 52 reduces to 7, the Ancient Ones, so that's divine signature. 7 and 6, 13, 4, foundation. Divinely guided, going with the flow. Doing what Spirit says to do. Number 52. All righty, here we go. This oracle brings guidance that you have taken a leap, a big leap in personal growth. Personal growth. If you are still testing it in the physical world, trying to translate your inner changes into outer experiences, take heed. It's only a matter of time before you see reflected back to you in your spiritual world what you have become within. And it will be mirrored back to you in the eyes of those around you, in your sacred relationship also. Here's wishing you some sunshine the day after the rain. Here's a hug of understanding when life seems filled with pain. Here's knowing that emotion, like wind, blows many ways. And our course will seem more certain with the dawn of each new day. Taking it day by day. The wisdom of the ancients. Taking it day by day. That song, Day by Day. Oh, dear Lord, these things I pray. To see thee more clearly. To love thee more dearly. To follow thee more nearly. Day by day by day. Number 60. Riding the cosmic wave. There is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest. harvest. You can let go and move further and reach farther with less effort. Now's the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. And the poem that goes with that. Your spirit flies like the wind, warms like the sun, and watches like the sky. How wise the earth, waiting for the moment to be touched. As I said before, some of you all are dealing with earth signs. So maybe your earth sign wants to be touched. Okay? And earth sign is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Taurus. Okay. And I spoke about a bull, even though it was a buffalo. Whatever. Okay. So riding the cosmic wave with the ancient ones. Again, Agun has you covered. All right. This situation is going exactly the way it should, at least as far as the things that are being revealed. And now give your partner a chance to communicate with you, and don't make assumptions about the way that they will communicate or react to your communications. Be open. Don't worry about how other people handled it in the past, or what's going to happen now that I've told her or I told him. Now what they're going to say, what they're going to do. Don't worry about all of that. Just spit it out. Be open. Believe, have faith, trust, and know deeply that God did not bring you this far to abandon you. Okay? Not at all. So, that's the message for someone, for someone's of us. So, it's 11:41. So, anyway, thank you guys for allowing me to share these messages with you. I hope it resonates. Please don't forget to like and share these messages. Make comments. Let me know if this hits for you. Thank you all so much for the responses that I got off of the last reading that came this way. So if this is the way that they want me to do it for a while people are going through these different struggles, because I know it was pretty rough last month for a lot of us. And there's a lot of activations and unions going on. So I guess this is what it is that Spirit's going to have me to do for now, or at least for today. Okay? So thank you all for allowing me to share these messages again. And I'll be talking to everyone real soon. All right? Thank you. Namaste. Peace.